Hi everybody, this is Bankai922. Well, I did the Naruto response from manga this week. Now it's time to Bleach review. Bleach 452, and the chapter is called Erosion / Implosion. Okay, so we start off with Ichigo finishing his training, and he's doing push-ups. I have no idea why he's doing push-ups. Ginjao's just having him do push-ups. He's just making some stupid comment about, oh, you always wear those shirts with 15 on them, and he says do 15 sets of push-ups. But anyway, and then you go from that to that's bullshit talk. That to Orihime in the house, and she's like, oh, Kodasaki-kun's getting stronger, or something like that. And then Ruruka shows up, and she says, here's your breakfast. And she says, why don't you have some? And she says, no, I had donuts. The donut thing again. And then we move on to that. And then I think Ginjao says, and then says, that should do it. I'm reading it, looking at my iPod. I'll just let everybody know I might be getting the iPad at the end of this month. So anyway, but besides that, sometimes screws up. I gotta go through these. So from there, he does the push-ups, that little bit, and then Ginjao starts talking to Ichigo about how the reasoning behind why Ginjao slashed his eyes. He said, well, he goes into detail saying about stamina, and says, you recovered fast, that's good too. Use yours as well. So it's basically the training is over, and he's saying about his stamina, and then he goes into detail, Ginjao saying, you saw something when your full bring was complete, didn't you? And it was the reasoning behind why he slashed his eyes, because he wanted him to see his Rosetsu in the form of his body. Pretty interesting stuff. And it goes on by saying, I hate to do this word for word. He goes into detail saying how part of your Rosetsu, a tiny remnant of accumulated in a single location within you over a long period of time. When he lost his Rosetsu, a single part of it was accumulated inside of him. Then your Shinigami powers will use, and then he goes into detail saying that's why we use the Rosetsu flowing into you from the badge Fullbring, to jolt the Rosetsu from inside you to awake. See? And then, this is what got me for this chapter. This is what I thought was interesting about this chapter. What Ginjao said at the end of this page, I thought, wait a minute. He says, then your Shinigamis will fuse with your Fullbring powers, and then he says, Ichigo, you will gain a power transcending Shinigami. Mind you of anyone? If Ichigo's getting a power transcending of a Shinigami, what the fuck does that mean? Is he going to be like Aizen? Okay, when we go on from that, obviously the training is over, and he has Ichigo use it, open his Fullbring, and I was looking on my videos, my subscribers. I mean, not my subscribers, people I've subscribed to. Manga Reader Z wrote on his title for it, "The White Knight of Karakura Town," and it's true. He looks like the White Knight. It looks weird. It looks like a fucking. Have you ever? The fourth movie that came out of Bleach, you notice how he looked like a skeleton armor on? This is what this looks like. It's like white armor on his body. This white armor around his body. And he's got this sword. It looks like a sword, but at first it looks like a dagger. But it's a sword. I obviously see it can be a sword from the point view. And then we go on from there. Come to think of it, your Fullbring needs a name too, he says. They don't find a name. That goes nowhere. Welcome back, is going to fry. His batteries, Yu-Gi-Oh! We meet up with Yu-Gi-Oh! They leave the game and they meet up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Saying, my batteries are going to fry. And he says, yeah, thanks for everything. You should go home to your sisters. You should go home to your sisters. And then Ichigo realizes, oh no, how long have I been in here? Been for days. How many days has it been? It's been 90 minutes. You should be grateful. So he leaves. Here comes the part that I did not like about this chapter. Okay. Get going. They were sick. Home. He's home. He sees Yuzu. Okay. Here's what happens. He says, oh, Oni-chan, you're finally home. Guess who's here? I'll give you a hint. It's a cousin. Oni-chan's home. And Ichigo's eye widens. Next page. Guess who's sitting in his living room? That's right. Tsukishima. As Uncle Min says, suck it to me. And then, what happens? Yuzu says, see, I bet you're surprised, Oni-chan. It's Su-chan. We haven't seen him since Grandpa Rin's funeral, so it's been years, right? It sure brings back memories. A visitor bathed in madness. Why, hello, Ichigo. It's been a while. Guess what? It hasn't been a while. You've seen him like 2-3 pages chapters. Okay. I'm going to give this 3 out of 5 Hollow Masks. Everything about this chapter was great. You got to see his form, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go on with how good he looks. No, I'm not going to say that. Saw his form, looks good, let's move on. This really surprised me. But now we know something. When Orihime said he's friendly, he seems to be, I recognize him as a friend. Now we know why. He's fucking Ichigo's relative. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? This totally threw me off. I was sticking with 3.5, but I had to bring it to 3 now. I should actually bring this to 2.5 page Hollow Masks. But I'm going to give it 3 out of 5. Likes on this chapter? Well, his powers. What Ginjo was telling him during sending a Shinigami. But this ending. My God. You know what? After this video, I'm going to do predictions. Gotta do predictions. So, we'll see where this goes, but I just don't understand how the fuck this guy is Ichigo's cousin. How is he his relative? How could he not know? We'll see. I'll do a video after this one. See you guys later.